Hi students, today we're going to do section 2 of chapter 8. Solubility. Solubility is the max amount of solute that dissolves in a given amount of solvent at a constant temp. There are three types of solutions. There is the unsaturated solution, which is holding less solute it could normally hold at that temp. There is a saturated solution holding as much of a solute that it can at that temp. And a supersaturated solution holding more than it could normally hold at that temp. So an unsaturated solution means that you could fit more solute into it. A saturated solution means that it can't fit anymore. If you were to add more, let's say you're adding salt to water, if you added more salt to it, it would actually go to the bottom. Supersaturated solutions are made in a special manner. You actually make a saturated solution at a higher temp where it can hold more and then cool it slowly. And then at that colder temp, there's more than it should actually have. There are several factors that affect solubility, how much can dissolve, and the first one is polar and nonpolar solvents. There's a term that says like dissolves like. What that means is polar dissolves in polar and nonpolar dissolves in nonpolar. So water is polar, so it will not dissolve oil, which is nonpolar. Soap is nonpolar, so it does dissolve oil. Another factor would be temperature. Warm solvents will generally dissolve more solute. For example, Jello. You would start with hot water because it dissolves more of the solute than with cold water. If you didn't have boiling water to begin with, not all of it will dissolve and you'll get grainy Jello. And the last one is pressure. Solvents under higher pressure will dissolve more solute. For example, a bottle of pop, they'll put it under high pressures that dissolves a lot of carbon dioxide. Concentration of solutions, percent by volume. There's going to be two different types of concentration of solutions. Percent by volume is generally used when the solute is a liquid. And this is an equation. This equation I will give you on the test, but I will not rearrange it for you. So percent V is equal to Vs over Vt times 100%. The percent V is the concentration of the solute in percent. Vs is the volume of the solute in milliliters or liters. Vt is the total volume in milliliters or liters. And I will help rearrange it for you. You will only need to solve it also for Vs. So I'm going to start by rewriting the equation so we can manipulate it. Okay, so we want to solve for Vs. We need to get rid of the Vt and the 100%. To do that, to get rid of the Vt, you want to multiply by Vt on both sides. And then you also want to divide by 100% on both sides. That way, this cancels out and this cancels out, but we also need to divide by 100%. So the other equation that you should write down is that Vs is equal to percent V times Vt over 100%. I have another equation for you, and it's very similar to the other one. This is just percent by mass. This is generally used when the solute is a solid, otherwise it's pretty much the same. Your percent M is the concentration of solute in percent, MS is the mass of solute in grams or kilograms, MT is the total mass of mixture in grams or kilograms. And this equation I will also give to you on the test, but you should know how to rearrange it. So I'm just going to rewrite it so we can manipulate it. And you should pause and try to do this on your own. And it is similar to the one that we did before. So we once have to get rid of the 100% and the MT. So we're going to multiply by MT and divide by 100% with both sides. That way our MT cancels out and our 100% cancels out. So make sure you write down this equation because I will not give it to you on the test. So MS equals MT times percent M over 100%. So we're going to do two example problems. The first example problem is what is the concentration of cement if Sean mixes 3.2 kilograms sand with 1.9 kilograms cement? Now remember, you always have to show the equation. So if you're looking for concentration, that means you're looking for percent. So since you are working with kilograms, you're going to do the percent M. So percent M equals your MS over your MT times 100%. Your MS, now this is where some students struggle, but because it says concentration of your cement, that means that's your MS. So your MS is going to be the 1.9 kilograms, because that was your cement. And then the total goes on the bottom, so 3.2 kilograms plus the 1.9 kilograms times 100%. If you add the 3.2 plus the 1.9, you get 5.1. So you'll have 1.9 kilograms over 5.1 kilograms times 100%. And your kilograms cancel out. If you take 1.9 divided by 5.1 times 100, you end up getting 37.3, and then you're left in percent. I have one more example. You should pause and try to do this on your own. So Kenny reads 22% juice on the side of his juice. The box contains 250 milliliters of drink. How much is juice? Well, I see we have milliliters, so that means we're going to work with volume. I already have a percent, which means you're going to be looking for your VS. So VS is equal to your percent V times your VT over 100%. So our VS is equal to your 22%. This is going to be the total. So 215 milliliters over 100%. This time our percents cancel out and we'll be left in milliliters. And that ends up being VS will equal 47.3 milliliters. That is it for today's notes.